evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?
Welcome back to the Broncos franchise on Madden 22. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. Before we start the preseason here, we need to sign some new scouts going into this year. We're going to continue looking for a defensive tackle. I think our priority this year is going to be right end, or right tackle, rather. So we need a right tackle. We definitely need a right end as well. And then I think defensive tackle, middle linebacker, and corner can all stay on the board. But let's go find a free agent that is good at ends. This guy's perfect right here. He can go and scout me some right ends. And then for our... Actually, no, hang on. It's not D tackle that we're hurting at. It's, go back to my scouts. Excuse me. Let's get rid of this guy, and it's the strong safety position that is a concern. Because Kareem Jackson we brought back for 1 year. We need to backfill him when he moves out. So that's what we're going to be looking for a Tier 2 scout. So let's actually sort by tier here. Tier 1, I would like a right tackle. Or Tier 3, rather. But there's nobody there, so we'll get Miguel Villanueva and look for a strong safety, because we'll definitely need one as well. It's not a big deal which one is our number one. But now we need a Tier 2 that can scout us a tackle, and it's going to be Connie Sao, or Sao. Not sure exactly how we're going to pronounce that. Doesn't matter. Hire him up. Let's go. Now we got to go back to my scouts and assign regions. That can work. That can work. Let's go central for the left end or right end. Let's go, what does that leave? Southeast for the tackle. And then this guy will be our national scout. So that was pretty easy. Now, basically, we're going to just kind of sim through the preseason. I'm not going to show you a ton of what's going on because it doesn't really matter what our strategy is going into these games. So bear with me. I'll work our way through each week one at a time, show you the results of each of these preseason games, and then we'll get into game one of the 2022 regular season. All right, so we lost our first preseason game. 21-13, we fall to the Seahawks. I don't put a ton of stock in the preseason, but it is going to be interesting to see what we get out of this rookie QB in the limited action that he's going to get in the preseason. Nobody threw the ball all that well in this game. He was 6 for 8, 46 yards, no interceptions, no sacks. So he was all right. I'd like to see him getting it downfield a little bit more than that. Drew Lock moving it downfield, but a very low completion percentage at sub 50, and he was sacked 4 times, so that's not good. Let's see, on the ground, Cohen had a decent day. Javonte Williams, 5 carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown. Again, sort of limited role here, so I'm not real worried about what's going on this front. I do want to see some sacks out of our defense, and it did not happen in this one, which, again, it's just the preseason. Not going to put a ton of stock in it, but it is something to just kind of be aware of, maybe some holes or weaknesses that we've got going into the year, but it's just one game. And now we're 2 games in. We lose to the Saints 34-20, and they put it on us in the first half, and that's probably when we had Brent Morris in there, although he did pretty well. So, throwing the football, we were okay, but we just could not stop Taysom Hill, apparently. So Obviously, the defense has been a little bit of concern so far. We haven't been getting to the quarterback. Javonte Williams, not a very good day on the ground. I'm not super worried about that because when we control the offense, I have a feeling that we'll run it well. How about this rookie, Joey McClendon? 3 TDs, 119 yards on just 4 catches. That is not very good defensive work by our team. And then let's just look at sacks real quick. Chubb got 1. Deshaun Williams got 1. And then they got 2 sacks themselves. So again, it's a loss, but it's just a preseason. No reason to get too bent out of shape. And then one thing that we're going to look at also this week is that we do have a camp standout scenario. So we'll take a look at who this is and what's going on. And that might be a factor here in the early part of the season as far as development goes. Draymond Jones had a strong camp, continue to work on rushing the passer. So yes, we don't care as much about run stopping as we do getting to the QB. That's what we want to emphasize with our defensive ends. So he'll get a little bit better there. That's awesome. Now we'll simulate this game 3 against the Giants and see how we fare in this one. And we got smoked again, and this time by the Giants. And this is a concern, guys. Our defense has not been very good. Morris was okay. 15 of 23, 178 yards, sacked once. Drew Lock, 8 of 13, 59 yards, sacked twice. But I mean, Daniel Jones with a 108 QB rating and Trevor Siemian with a 143 QB rating against us. Look at Saquon Barkley just absolutely going off. Javonte Williams had a decent day. But bottom line, we were not very good this preseason. So there are some minor concerns, but again, it's just the preseason. Don't want to get too worked up about it. We ended up getting a couple of sacks. We didn't have more than 2 sacks in any of our preseason games, which is disappointing. We really just did not execute any of our strategies in general. We ended up only getting 19 total staff points by the end of the preseason, which is just garbage. We've got to cut a bunch of players as well because we've got a bunch of extra fat on the team, guys that were signed to just fill out the roster or whatever. So I will go ahead and knock those out, and then we will move forward into week 1 action against the Chargers. All right, so we're ready for week 1 action. We've got some stuff to do before we actually get out to the ball game, starting with the camp standout scenario thing here. I guess this is probably still for Draymond Jones. He's got a chance to have a dev trait upgrade if he can have a good day on opening week against the Chargers. Now, we play them on the road, but the Chargers, I think, are a team that we can beat if we play well. So for our goal for the season, we are going to go ahead and say that we're going to make the playoffs. I think that needs to be our objective. We made it there last year. You never want to get worse year over year, even if you are going with a rookie quarterback. So we'll see if we can, repeat at least our ability to make it to the playoffs. I think our key to victory in this one is going to be, let's say, offense. And I think it's going to be on the ground that we'll need to be successful. Try and get 150 yards. That will kind of help us stay balanced and keep the pressure off of Brett Morris, because we certainly don't want to have him trying to throw for 350 yards in his opening, debut in the NFL. Now we're going to talk here about what we expect from him. We're going to say we're thinking that he's going to show flashes. He's a rookie. We don't really know what to expect. So we'll beat the Chargers and get a couple of touchdowns with them. And apparently that'll get us some sort of bonus, so that's awesome. And now, what else do we have to do? We could look at the scouting situation, but we'll wait until they do the first mock draft and then take a look at that stuff. So our weekly strategy against the Chargers is going to be pretty much our typical stuff, I would imagine. Against this team, we're going to try and slow down Austin Eckler. He is dangerous, and if we can slow down the running game, I think we'll be successful. Force them to throw it, and we get Justin Herbert into trouble with some pressure, some interceptions, that sort of thing. So that's our approach. Defensively, we got to worry about Joey Bosa. They're pretty good against the pass, but I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with the blitz counter. We'll run the ball okay anyway. This will give Morris maybe a little bit of a chance to get off to a good start for his career. Actually, we need to go back and set half pads. Oh, already got it. So that's that. And then for the team goals, we will go 1 interception, get a bunch of first downs, run the ball, and get some sacks. Those are going to be pretty common goals for us this year, at least early on. Now, I'm not sure why Patrick Surtain is on here. We're going to go find somebody else to emphasize. He's going to get really good all by his lonesome. He doesn't need the extra help here. So let's go find who's the offensive lineman that's the backup guard. Right here. Let's get him better because he's not getting playing time. This will help him improve. I did the same thing with Miners, as you can see there, trying to get both of those guys to where they are ready to step into the starting role whenever we move on from the aging veterans that are in front of them. So we'll see how that shakes loose, but that's the plan there. We don't have a lot of young guys on the roster. Justin Short was on there, but he's now on the practice squad, and apparently you can't list him as a focus player if he's not on the active roster. We only have 19 staff points, and I need 20 for the upgrade that I want to do next. Bradley Chubb missed some time in the preseason due to an injury, so that's part of the reason maybe why we weren't that good defensively. But he's back and ready to go for the regular season. So now let's actually look at our depth chart. We'll go like this. Why can I not? There we go. Let's reorder the entire depth chart. And now let's look through here and see what we got. So Morris is going to be the starting QB. Then it's Williams, Cohen, and then the rookie Stevenson. Fullback is Alec Ingold. Wide receivers are pretty straightforward. Sutton, Judy, Tim Patrick. And we might actually put Judy as the key slot guy. We'll see how we want to handle that when we get to that point. Left tackle is Bowles. Left guard is Reisner. Center is Cushenberry. Right guard is Glasgow, with Miners backing him up. Fluker will be the starting right tackle. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but I think we'll be okay. Draymond Jones at left end. Shelby Harris at right end. And we really need to find a replacement for him because he's getting up there in age. And then DJ Jones is our starting D tackle with the rookie Spencer Johnston. Going to get some reps as well. Left outside linebacker, Malik Reed. Yes. Middle linebacker, I think I'm going to go with Kenny Young. He's not quite as polished, but he's fast. And he had a really good year for us last year. So we're going to give him the nod there and see how that goes. Bradley Chubb at right outside linebacker. Corner, no need to make any changes there. Free safety is going to be straightforward. It'll be Simmons. Strong safety will be Jackson. Kicker, punter are pretty obvious. How about kick returns? Okay, so Cohen is going to get that job, which I'm fine with. McManus will do the kickoffs. Long snap, who cares? Third down back, yes, Tariq Cohen, and then Stevenson as the second option there. And then for power back, yes, it's definitely going to be Javonte Williams. who's going to get the lion's share of the action this year. Now, here is where I'm actually going to go with Judy as our primary slot guy, because I like Tim Patrick as a physical, jump ball winning kind of guy. He's 6'4", so let's send him on more go routes down the outside and Judy running the slants and the stuff down the middle, because he really thrived in that role last year. So that's my strategy with that one. Why they have Bradley Chubb switch over to this side, I don't understand. I don't know that this is what we want to do. I think we're going to go with Draymond Jones as the left end. Then at right end, see, they've got Jones here. I think I want Shelby Harris. This is our best overall crew on the field, if you ask me. Although, you know what? Let's go with Chubb right here, because this is when we're going to be in the nickel, and Chubb is not going to be one of our linebackers that we want in coverage in that situation. So let's go with that. Then at D-tackle in those scenarios, it'll be DJ Jones. And forget Shelby Harris. We're going with the rookie to give him some reps. So we'll see how he does in that role, because he's got decent finesse moves and could maybe get to the quarterback in that scenario. For sub-linebacker, we're going to go Young, then Jewell. So Jewell's still going to get playing time when we're in the nickel. Slot corner, Darby, Ojemudia, and Ford. That's fine. Okay. So we are good to go. I think we're ready to jump into game number 1 of the 2022 NFL season on the road against the Chargers in a game that's going to really, potentially set the tone for this season with a rookie QB. We went 0-3 in the preseason, did not play very well, frankly, on either side of the ball. So let's hopefully get off to a good start here as we go out to SoFi Stadium. And here we go, out to SoFi Stadium. It's week 1 of the NFL season here in the 2022 campaign. The Chargers looking to get off to a good start. They've got Justin Herbert at the helm. The Broncos going to have a kind of a question mark here with the rookie QB, Brett Morris, making his NFL debut. They were not very good in the preseason, and then here's Fuller kneeling it for the touchback to start things off. And here comes Justin Herbert and crew. Now 1st and 10. First play of the season is just going to be a quick dump off here, tackled right away. It's a pickup of 2. Now 3rd and 1. It's going to be Austin Eckler going up the middle, picks up 5 yards and a first down. So they move the chains now 2nd and 1 later in the drive all the way down at the 15-yard line. It's Herbert from the shotgun. He's going to try and set up the screen, but it's DJ Jones getting to him too quickly. Throws him down to the turf for a sack, a 6-yard loss. Now 3rd down and 7. Tons of time for Herbert here. So throws it outside, but it is going to be incomplete, out of bounds, and they will have to settle for the field goal. They hit the 39-yarder, and the Chargers are going to get on the board first here. It is 3-0. Now the ensuing kickoff, it's the rookie, or the free agent acquisition, rather, Tariq Cohen bringing it up the middle. He's going to take it out to about the 28, but he fumbles. The Chargers are going to fall on it, and that is going to be huge if it stands, but they will review this. We'll take a look here as you'll see that Cohen's left knee was down before the ball came out, and the Broncos will keep the football. First play from scrimmage for Brett Morris. He completes a pass to Albert O. Good for a pickup of 10 and a first down. Now 3rd down and 3. He's going to swing it outside to Javonte Williams. Had to kind of spin to make the catch. Reaches for the first down, but he is going to be a yard short here, and the Broncos will have to punt. So Martin punting from the 47. Not his best kick here, taking it about the 11 and return to the 13-yard line, and that's where the Chargers will take over 1st and 10. On that ensuing drive, 3rd down and 7 from the 35-yard line. Lots of time for Herbert there. He gets it out to Austin Eckler, has it to the 43-yard line, a pickup of 8 and a first down. Now 3rd and 7 again from the 46. Herbert over the middle, almost picked off by Kenny Young, but he does a good job at least breaking up the pass. But you see there, Bradley Chubb injured, and Justin Cooper will have to step in and take over at right outside linebacker for the Broncos. So keep that in mind. Now the The punt from the Chargers is going to be taken by Cohen out to the 23-yard line, and that's where Denver will start with 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. Now 2nd down and 2. Morris rolling out. Nothing there. He is going to be sacked for a loss of 5 on the play, which set up 3rd down and 7, and that's the last play of the first quarter. The Broncos got blanked, but it's only 3-0. Now 3rd and 7. First play of the second quarter. It's Morris to Cortland Sutton, but he is going to be short of the first down. Morris 5 for 5, but just 30 yards to this point. Martin would punt, and here's Fuller from the 23-yard line, brings it back to about the 29, and that's where the Chargers will take over 1st and 10. Now from the 43-yard line, the give to Eckler. He's going outside, brought down by Cooper. Remember, he's in the game for Chubb, and he's going to get him by the face mask. That's going to tack on 15 yards and put him into Denver territory, down to the 41-yard line, and they'll have a new set of downs. Next play, it's Eckler again, and they're going to pick on that side of the field. They go to the left, big hole. He's taking it all the way down to the 20-yard line, setting him up with a 1st and 10 and a red zone trip for the first time in this one. Now it's Herbert from the shotgun. Plenty of time looking, can't find anybody. Eventually able to throw it away as he was hit. Throws it out of the back of the end zone. That's incomplete and would set up a 4th down and 11, and they'll have to settle for another field goal. That one's good from the 37 or the 27 for a 37-yard field goal, and it's 6-0. Now 7.5 minutes left in the half. 2nd down and 7 on that ensuing drive. Morris throws one up deep. Cortland Sutton unable to break it up as it's Dante Jackson making the pick. That is a big play. Kind of acts like a punt, but on 2nd and 7, you don't want to necessarily have an interception on a play like that. But on the ensuing drive, it's 2nd and 7 for the Chargers, and that is Patrick Surtain making a nice acrobatic interception there. And the Chargers, or the Broncos now with pretty good field position starting at the 40-yard line. They give the Williams on 2nd and 5, and he takes this one all the way down to the 31-yard line. A big pickup there, and it sets up 1st and 10 from the 31. Now 3rd down and 10. Morris looking to throw. He's going to fire it down the middle. It's Cohen hanging on in traffic. He's going to take it down to the 8-yard line, and it sets up 1st down and goal. So now 1st and goal, they're going to give it to Cohen up the middle. He's going to take it down to about the 2-yard line, and it would set up 2nd and goal from the 2. They're going to give it to Javonte Williams, and Mr. Touchdown off to a good start this year as he gets one into the end zone. That is going to give the Broncos the lead late in the first half, with the extra point being good. It is now 7-6, 3:08 left to play in the half. That was 9 plays, 59 yards. And the Broncos are now out in front by a point. Now 1st and 10 on the ensuing drive. Herbert holds on to it too long, and it's the rookie Spencer Johnston coming up the middle and getting a sack in his NFL debut. A loss of 12 on the play and sets him behind the chains, but now 3rd down and 13. Herbert in the shotgun, has plenty of time, just a 3-man rush. He's looking, finally fires one deep downfield. It looked like maybe they would have a chance to intercept it, but it is going to be caught for a huge gain and a 1st down late in the half, where they're now into field goal range. Now 2nd down and 10. He's going to go straight up the seam to Mike Williams, and he's taking it in for a late Chargers touchdown. That is a huge turnaround there, as they went from 3rd and long to in the end zone just a couple of plays later. And now they are out in front by 6. It's 13-7, that play, or that drive going 74 yards in 5 plays. Now 1st and 10 on the ensuing drive. It's Jerry Jeudy on the slant. He's out to about midfield. A pickup of 22 sets up 1st down and 10 from the 47. Now 3rd and 7. Morris looking deep downfield to Jeudy. That is going to be tipped and incomplete, but they are going to call pass interference against the Chargers, and that is going to get Denver now down into field goal range. Still 44 seconds left to go. It would be 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 7. Morris looking to throw. Nothing there. Pulls it down. Going to run with it. Slides down at about the 12-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 6. They would just settle for the field goal. But a good job by Denver to come down late and get some points to cut the lead down to 3 at the half. It is 13-10. And we'll take a look at some of the stats here at the halfway mark. It is the Chargers leading the way in the passing game with 144 yards. Pretty even on the ground, each team with a turnover. And it is 13-10, LA at the half. Now we take a look at some scores around the league as the Bills got smoked by the Packers at home. The Raiders lose to the Ravens. The Chiefs edge out the 49ers by a final of 17-14. You see there the Jets with a road win against the Bears. They get to 1-0 on the year, winning that one 28-20. Also around the league, Dallas with a nice win at home against the Colts. They win that one 34-26. And Titans edge out the Jags 21-14 in Jacksonville to get to 1-0 early in the season. The Saints beat the Falcons. Browns beat the Bengals by a couple of touchdowns. The Steelers get a win over the Dolphins. The Bucks edge out the Seahawks, and now we're on to third quarter action. 2nd down and 4. They give to Cohen right up the middle. He's got big yards, and into Chargers territory down to the 43-yard line. Now 2nd and 11. Morris looking to throw. Has it to Jerry Jeudy. He's going to get upfield, get the first down. A pickup of 12. Now 1st and 10 from the 32. Later on that possession, 3rd and 1 from the 23. They give to Williams. Big hole up the middle. He's got 55 yards on 10 carries now. And now 2nd down and 2 from the 8. It is Jeudy on the slant. Hangs on to it. It's the first touchdown of the career for Brett Morris, kind of dampened by the injury there to one of the Chargers. But the Broncos take the lead 17-13. That was an 11-play drive, ending in the touchdown for Brett Morris as he gets his first career NFL touchdown. Now here on 3rd and 1, looked like they had a chance to get Eckler short of the first down, but Young misses. Jones cleans him up, but Eckler able to reach and get the first down. Keeps the drive alive. Now 1st and 10. It's Mike Williams again. Another nice gain there for him. That's going to get him into Denver territory down to the 42-yard line. Later in the drive, 3rd and goal. It's Herbert looking to throw. Tipped and almost intercepted. He is fortunate that one fell incomplete, and they will get 3 out of it to make it 17-16. Now with 30 seconds left in the half, ensuing drive, it's Morris from the strong formation, rolls out on the play action, fires one downfield, good to Cortland Sutton, out to 49-yard line, a pickup of 28 as they are into Chargers territory to end the quarter. As you see there, the Broncos have taken the lead 17-16 as we head to the 4th quarter. It's Javonte Williams on 3rd down and 3, reaching for the first down and barely has it. That will move the chains and set up 1st and 10 from the 39. Now 3rd down and 11, conservative call here. They go up the middle with Cohen. He's tackled short of the first down. Would have had him in field goal range at least, but there's a flag for a face mask. That is going to tack on 15 yards and put Denver in really good position. Now 1st and 10 at the 16 instead of having to settle for a field goal and what would have been a pretty long one. Now 2nd and 5. He's going to hit Cortland Sutton for the touchdown. Touchdown pass number 2 for Brett Morris, and the Broncos will extend their lead to 8 as the extra point is good. 9.5 minutes to play, and they lead by 8, 24-16. Ensuing possession, it's Herbert from the shotgun. Plenty of time, rolling out. He's going to get hit by Malik Reed. Stays on his feet. Reed gets back up and sacks him anyway. Justin Herbert has got to get rid of that football. But nonetheless, it is a sack and a loss of 7. Now 3rd down and 17. It's a 4-man rush. Plenty of time. He's going to find Fuller way downfield at the 46-yard line. Good for a huge first down conversion for the Chargers. Now 3rd and 1. They're going to go up the middle with Eckler. He's going to have the first down by a yard or 2. They move the chains. They're into Denver territory at the 43-yard line. But about 7 minutes to go. They have got to get a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Here's 3rd and 8. It is complete to his tight end, Hayden Hurst, who's tackled 2 yards short of the first down. 4th and 2 and a decision here with 6 minutes to go. They are going to go for it. They give it to the fullback up the middle and get the first down, so the drive stays alive. Now 5.5 minutes to go. Now inside of 4 minutes. 2nd down and 10. He's going to hit Fuller in the back of the end zone, drags the feet, gets the catch for the touchdown, his 25th career touchdown reception, and that is going to make it a 2-point game. They're going to go for 2, obviously, and they go right up the middle with Eckler. That was just too easy there for the Denver defense to just allow him to run it right up the middle for the 2-point conversion, and we are tied at 24 inside of 4 minutes to go, and that drive took 14 plays for them to put it in the end zone. Now 3rd and 1 on the ensuing drive. They go up the middle with Javonte Williams. He's going to take it all the way to midfield. Cortland Sutton shaking up on the play, but that's going to get Denver close to now field goal range. But 3rd and 4 here and a big one. They keep it on the ground with Williams. He's going to fight for a few extra yards, has the first down to the 38-yard line. That would get us to the 2-minute warning, as they would be looking at a 55-yarder from where they are. Obviously, you want to get it closer. Here's 3rd and 8. A big play here as Jerry Jeudy makes the catch in traffic, tackled at the 23. The Chargers going to have to start using timeouts to try and reserve some time if they could get the football back. The Broncos go up the middle on 1st down. There is a flag on the play. That's big because 1, it will stop the clock, and 2, it's going to back the Broncos up and make it a little bit harder to get that field goal. They go up the middle again, and again a flag, and this one's going to back them up even farther, as it's going to be holding and move them all the way back to the 35-yard line. That is just absolutely massive, because now it's a long field goal. They've got to try and just keep it on the ground, but San Diego has a chance to maybe get the football back. They use their last time out here to stop the clock, but with 1 second left, it is Brandon McManus right down the middle, and the Broncos are going to walk off with a victory here. The rookie Brett Morris coming away with a win in his NFL debut. He had 2 touchdowns. The 1 interception was on a long ball, one-on-one coverage, kind of a 50-50 scenario. You can't blame him for taking a shot like that. He was pretty sharp in this one. The Broncos ran the ball well. 1 takeaway per team. Overall, the stat lines were pretty comparable for both of these teams, but the Broncos able to squeak out the victory. You see the numbers for Herbert, 24 of 36, 265, a couple of touchdowns and an interception. Morris, 19 of 27, 175 through the air, also 2 touchdowns and 1 interception to his credit. Javonte Williams with 105 yards and a touchdown. Nice day for him, carrying a pretty heavy workload. Eckler was 18 carries for 85 yards. Tariq Cohen with 7 carries for 40 yards on the day. And now we look at the receptions. It's Eckler with 8 catches for 45 yards. Mike Williams, a big day, 5 catches, 83 yards. Jeudy had 54 yards and a touchdown in this one. Tariq Cohen had a pretty nice day catching the football. Will Fuller, a big day, 89 yards and a touchdown, but he had some huge receptions throughout this one. Cortland Sutton also a touchdown, 3 catches and 43 yards for his resume on the day. For the defensive side of things, it's Kenneth Murray Jr. with 16 tackles leading the way for the Chargers. Josie Jewell and Kenny Young each with 9 tackles on the day for Denver. And Kenny Young had 1 tackle for a loss. Played pretty well in this one, quite frankly. We take a look at sacks. Denver had a handful of them, with Malik Reed getting 1, DJ Jones and Spencer Johnston, and then Tyquan Lewis had 1 for the Chargers. So that was it for them in this one. And then the interceptions were for Patrick Surtain and Dante Jackson on back-to-back possessions, both of them on 2nd down and 7, coincidentally. There's Cody Parkey, 3 field goals and 1 extra point. Brandon McManus, 2 for 2, and 3 extra points on the day, as he is perfect in the early going. Sam Martin, 2 punts, a net of 41 yards for the average. One of those downed inside the 20, and then Nicewander, just 1 punt, 43 yards, but a net of 31, and the Broncos win it by 3 here in L.A. All right, so a big win in Week 1. We sneak one out on the road against the Chargers, and now we go in between weeks here. Our camp standout thing with Jones, I'm sure, did not pan out. He just didn't come up with the big sacks and tackles for loss that he was needing for that, but not a big deal. We're still okay. As far as his development, he's going to be all right. He's young. Normal dev traits, not the end of the world. Now, this one was about, what was this about? Oh yeah, that was the one where we said we're going to, just get the win and run the ball, I guess. We did that. All of our offensive linemen get 4,500 XP, and we get 10 staff points. So that'll probably get us some upgrades to several guys on the offensive line. The rookie QB played pretty well in this one, and we got the win. So he didn't light it up, but we got to be happy with the win. That's about right. He gets 1,000 XP. So, and his one interception was not really that bad of a decision. He throws it deep. The pass wasn't that bad. Just, the defender made a play on it, and Cortland Sutton didn't break it up. So, all right, let's get in here to the talent tree. We've got 52 staff points to spend. We're going to come down here in this tree and go with, I think we're going to go defense. If I go down this side, it's all defense. If I go down this side, it's offensive line, halfbacks, wideouts, and QBs. You know what? Let's go offense. It locks out the other side, but we'll just work our way down here. We've got a young offensive line, we've got a young running back, and then we've got a young quarterback here that hopefully we'll get some XP boost for by working our way farther down that side. So that's kind of what we're thinking there. And I think that's it for week 1. So let's advance forward. We've got the Browns at home in week 2, another tough matchup. They're going to run the ball, obviously, pretty well with Nick Chubb. That is definitely the strength of that team, so we've got to find a way to slow it down. Now, for regional scouting focus, this is just flat out 100% kind of guessing as to what is going to work out. And we see corners are a strength in the West, and he's good at that anyway. So that worked out. Left end. There is one left end there that's pretty good. He's good at left ends and right ends, so we're going to have him go ahead and hone in on that left end and see if he's one that maybe we can snatch up. He's projected to go 10th overall, so it's not likely that we get him, but all right, this guy is good at linebackers. There are no linebackers there that I can see. However, there are a couple of left tackles. I'm going to have him look at those because we need to draft a tackle. We'll need a right tackle. Even though it's left tackle, not a big deal for us to switch him over. And now this guy is good at tackles, but I think I'm going to have him look at middle linebackers because it says that that's one of the strengths here. So those two roles kind of get flip-flopped here as far as their specialty, but I think that will work out in the long run. Let's actually go ahead and look at the draft class here and see if there's anybody that's stands out as far as the depth of the class. There are a couple of top-notch quarterbacks and then a couple of late first, early second round projections. Not a very deep running back class, just 2 guys that are borderline first rounders. Wide receiver, 2 first rounders, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 potential first rounders. Excuse me. There's a good tight end, and then actually that's a pretty deep tight end class right there. 6 guys projected to go by the 3rd round. There is a stud left tackle, and then 3 potential first round tackles. So that's actually really good. That gives us a chance to maybe snatch one of these guys up and hopefully get, somebody that's around a 70-ish with a hidden dev trait or better as far as the overall would be awesome. There's a stud left guard plus several other really good left guards. That's interesting. Nothing special at center, nothing special at right guard. A couple of right tackles in the mix. So there's a good chance for us to get a good offensive tackle in this year's draft. I'm sorry with the coughing. I'm just battling it right now. All right, 3 left ends. So there's potential that we maybe get somebody there, and then another 3 right ends that are pretty good. We're basically looking for a replacement to Shelby Harris. It's kind of what we've got in mind there. A few defensive tackles that are in the mix. Not a very deep outside linebacker class there. There are several pretty good middle linebackers to pick from. So that's nice because I kind of want to get a guy there that's going to be our long-term option. 4 good corners and then 3 more potential first-rounders. So that's a pretty deep class at cornerback. Free safety is pretty soft. Come on, have some strong safeties. There are a couple here that are potential first-rounders. So we will probably try to grab one of them. The problem is we will really need a strong safety and we will really need a right tackle. So we'll have to kind of decide what to prioritize. It's probably going to need to be right tackle because we've got a decent option at strong safety. What's the dude's name that's the backup right now? But anyway, so yes, against the Browns, we're going to have to try and stop the run. And then offensively, they are, well, it's only one game, but they only gave up 15 yards rushing. So we're going to probably have to go with the blitz counter and try and be balanced enough to where we can move the football a little bit. All right. Now, let's get an interception. Let's get a bunch of first downs. Let's take care of the football. I don't know if we can get 150 yards or 275 through the air. So let's just try to not turn it over and see if that gets the job done. And then we're going to try and get some sacks. We're not going to hold Nick Chubb to less than 3 yards or less than 4 yards a carry. It's just not going to happen. He's probably going to run for about 200 yards in this game. So I just need to be mentally prepared to battle the disappointment that comes with that kind of performance and just try and stay in the game and give ourselves a chance to win late. All right, so we're going to have a bunch of upgrades here, mostly on the offensive line. So Miners gets one, Fleming, Wilkins, Richardson, Moody, and that's it. So all 5 of these getting upgrades. I'll do these off screen, and then we'll get into the game here. And we're going back out to Denver. It's Mile High Stadium. The Broncos coming off of a big win where they walked it off against the Chargers, but they've got a tough matchup here with the Cleveland Browns coming to town. Nick Chubb and company, and a bunch of playmakers on this team on both sides of the football. Rookie Brett Morris going to have to be sharp in this one. Cleveland will get the ball first. It's McManus to kick off, sends it out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. And here comes Baker Mayfield and this fantastic offensive line as we'll get a look at Baker's numbers from last week. 18 of 25, 271 through the air, including 3 touchdowns and 1 interception on the day. First down and 10. First play of the game, they go play action. He's going to look deep down the middle, but he overthrows his man. Kareem Jackson there to pick it off, and the Broncos are going to get the ball. One play into this one, it is an interception, and they are going to have great field position starting at the 38-yard line, and here comes Brett Morris. The rookie was pretty sharp last week. He only threw for 175 yards, but was completing a high percentage of passes, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception as he looks to get off to a continued good start here in his NFL career. They go up the middle on 3rd down and inches, and Javonte Williams has the first down, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 23. Now 3rd and 1 from the 14, up the middle with Javonte Williams again. Takes it down to the 3-yard line and sets up 1st down and goal. 1st and goal. It's Morris from the pocket looking, and he's going to throw it out to Jerry Jeudy wide open, and that's going to be a touchdown. So good start for Denver as they get the interception, come right down and score, and take a 7-point lead just 4 minutes into the ball game. That drive taking 7 plays, 37 yards, and they get the score. Now it's Baker Mayfield, 2nd down and 8. Down the sideline, dragging the feet is Austin Hooper, makes the catch to midfield there, a 22-yard strike, and that would set up now a 2nd and 7 from the 30 later in the drive. It's going to be Baker Mayfield, hits Jarvis Landry open on the deep out route down to the 15-yard line. Now 2nd and 5 from the 10. It's Chubb going off tackle. He's going to have the 1st down there, but he is hurt on the play, and that could be critical as he is a huge part of this offense. But Kareem Hunt comes right in and says, I got you. He takes it in for the 4-yard score, and the Browns answer as they get it back to 7-7. The extra point would be good.
and 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. That drive taking 9 plays to go 60 yards. Now third down and 3 on the ensuing drive from the 46-yard line. He's going to hit Cohen for a pickup of 7, and that puts it at the 47-yard line. Now 2nd and 6 from the 43. Morris can't find anybody downfield, and Elliott is going to get loose and take him down in the pocket, setting up a 3rd down and 11. And Morris now looking to throw. It's going to be Jerry Jeudy picking up the 1st down, a gain of 15, and they convert to get it down to the 30-yard line, 33, 1st and 10, and that would be the last play of the first quarter, and we're tied at 7 here in Denver. Now 3rd and 10, a little bit conservative here. They just hand it off to Cohen. He takes it to the 28. It'll set up a 4th down and 6, and the Broncos are going to have to settle for the field goal try. The 45-yarder from McManus is good, and they regain the lead. It's 10-7 here partway through the second quarter. On the ensuing drive, 2nd down and 8, it's Kareem Hunt. Makes a man miss there with a nice juke move. He gets the angle on Simmons, who eventually is going to dive and make a shoelace tackle to trip him up at the 22-yard line, saved the touchdown, but a huge gain there for the Browns on the ground, and it's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 22. Now 3rd down and 8. They go conservative. It's going to be Felton up the middle, picking up a few yards, setting up 4th down and 5. The field goal would be good from a 34-yard try, and we are going to be tied at 10. Now Denver taking over 1st and 10 from the 23. Morris looking down the middle. He's going to fire it. Noah Fant never turned around for it, and Delpit going to come over and make the interception. A nice play by him, but you'll see on the replay that Noah Fant never even turned around to look for this football, which is interesting when he's running that go route right up the seam. He turned his head a little bit, but never even tried to make a play on the ball. It's picked off, and now here come the Browns. It's going to be Austin Hooper complete. That is a gain of 21 down to the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Now 3rd and 11. It's Mayfield from the pocket. Plenty of time with a 3-man rush, but he can't find anybody open and has to throw it away. Excuse me, and Cleveland will settle for the 3 as the field goal is good, and they make it 13-10. Now 3rd and 4 on the ensuing drive. Morris looking outside, has it to Jeudy, but he is going to be taken out of bounds short of the 1st down, and the Browns force the 3 and out. The Broncos will punt. Sam Morris gets it away, or Martin rather, gets it away, and that is going to be taken to the 21-yard line, where the Browns will now start 1st and 10. 3rd and 5 on that ensuing drive. He's going to hit Austin Hooper out of the backfield here, taking it all the way out to the 40-yard line. Now 2nd down and 7. It's Baker looking to throw, plenty of time, hits Njoku down to the 43-yard line. Another 1st down, but he is shaken up on the play. Clock stops with 3:22 left to go in the half. After a holding penalty, it's now 1st and 17. Hunt makes another man miss. It's a big pickup down to the 29-yard line, and Austin Hooper shaken up on that play. So both tight ends for the Browns now roughed up in the last couple of plays. That throw to the outside almost picked off, but it is going to be caught and taken down to the 12-yard line by Harris, and it sets up 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Now now Mayfield looking to throw, can't find anybody, drops back in the pocket, and Malik Harris is going to get to him for a big sack. Loss of 13. That gets us to the 2-minute warning as the Browns ahead by 3, but behind the chains here. Now 3rd down and 19. Mayfield looking to throw. Fires one to Jarvis Landry, who gets the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line and picks up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal. Kareem Hunt right up the middle. No contest. He's in for another touchdown, and that's going to make it a 2-score game as the extra point was good. Now 3rd and 5 on the ensuing drive. It's going to be a deep shot here to Jerry Jeudy with 20 seconds left. They will call a timeout. They get all the way down into field goal range, and that is huge as they are going to be able to add 3 points before the half and get it to a 1-score game. Good job by Denver to respond there in the last couple minutes to get this back to a 1-score game, but they trail by a touchdown with the high-powered offense of the Browns clicking on all cylinders in the first half. As you see the numbers for them, they've been pretty dominant with the ball. The interception on the first play is about the only blemish in this one, and they lead it 20-13 at the half. We'll take a look around the league at some of the scores. It's Baltimore hosting Miami. The Ravens win this one 28-18. They're 2-0 on the year. Lamar Jackson pretty solid in this one. J.K. Dobbins with a couple of touchdowns on the ground. Out to Houston, it's the Texans facing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jags pick up their first win of the year by a score of 34-24. Last but not least, we take a look around the league at some of the other scores, and then you see there's a matchup coming up on Monday night with the Seahawks and the Cardinals, as Kyler Murray and company going out to the West Coast to try and take on Russell Wilson. And it's a battle of the birds out there. Jerry Jeudy now on 3rd down and 15, going to get this one all the way out to the 38-yard line on the slant. And he's got 86 yards now on 5 catches. Now 2nd and 4. Morris can't find anybody open. Going to try and pull it down and run with it, but it's Elliott breaking loose again. Takes him down in the pocket. Just a loss of 3, but it's another sack. Now 3rd down and 7. Morris looking to throw down the middle. Had Handler open, but missed him. And that would set up 4th and 7, and the Broncos will have to punt. So now the Browns with a great opportunity, already ahead by 7. They've got the ball for the first time here in the 3rd quarter. 9.5 minutes to play. 1st and 10. Baker can't find anybody open. Here comes DJ Jones. Going to take him down for the sack. And that would make it 2nd and long. But now 3rd and 5. Baker to throw. Has it to his man Higgins all the way out to the 39-yard line. A 21-yard strike. And another big conversion for Cleveland. Now 1st and 10. It's going to be Kareem Hunt going outside. Breaking tackles. Has it all the way down to the 39-yard line. A 1st down, and Malik Reed shaken up on the play. Now 2nd and 7. They come with the blitz. Surtain got beat on the go route. Does recover, but it is going to be complete to Harris all the way down to the 10-yard line. Setting up 1st down and goal. Now 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw. It is going to be broken up. Good job by Surtain there to disrupt the catch. They have to settle for a chip shot, which makes it a 10-point game. And Denver now going to have to find a way to come down and get some points and get back into this thing. Morris on 2nd and 2, going down the middle to Tariq Cohen. That's complete for a gain of 14 out to the 47-yard line. Now 1st and 10 from the 41. Morris to throw again. Has it to Cortland Sutton on the outside. He's going to take it down to the 29-yard line. And another new set of downs for Denver. Morris to throw, 1st and 10. Down the seam, he's going to hit Noah Fant. This time he's going to make the catch, and that is going to be good for a touchdown. And Denver is back in this, as that is going to make it 23-20. The extra point is good with just 7 seconds left to go in the quarter. 9 plays, 75 yards in 4.5 minutes, and it is going to be a 3-point game here in Cleveland, or Denver rather, with the Browns out in front. 3rd down and 7 on the ensuing drive. Plenty of time for Baker Mayfield, and eventually it is going to be Jarvis Landry coming back to him to help him out. Makes the catch down the sideline. Good for another big 3rd down conversion. The Broncos have had enough of it. They are going to come after Baker Mayfield, get him for the sack here. Now 3rd down. They are not going to be dropping back into coverage. They come after him again, and Josie Jewell going to get him for the sack. 4th down and 22, and the Browns are going to have to punt with 9.5 minutes left. Denver will take over the football with a chance to take the lead late in this one. Cohen going to bring that out to the 28-yard line. 3rd and 7 now on the ensuing drive. It's the slant route to Jeudy again, but this time Delpit going to make a big hit to jar it loose. It's incomplete, and the Browns able to get the big stop, so the Broncos miss on the opportunity to maybe take the lead or at least tie it. They have to punt. Sam Martin going to have this one take a friendly Cleveland bounce, and they down it at the 13-yard line. But here comes the blitz again. It is Kenny Young getting Baker Mayfield for a big loss. That would force them to punt now on 4th down and 17. And it's going to be very good field position for Denver, as they are starting now from the Cleveland 45-yard line. 3rd and 4 from the 26. They go with Javonte Williams up the middle. There's 4 minutes left here. He is just short of the 1st down. It would be a 39-yarder, but the Broncos are going to go for it, and they get it. That is huge, because now one more play could take them down to the 2-minute warning. We're inside 2 minutes now. 3rd and inches. Again, they go for it up the middle with Javonte Williams. He's going to have it down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal. Now 3rd and goal. Look at the clock here. Morris rolling out. Can't find anybody. He is sacked. And with just 1 second left, Denver uses a timeout. They are going to have to settle for the field goal here. The kick from McManus is good, and we are going to overtime in Denver. We are tied at 23.
Okay, so basically what you are now seeing is the start of overtime. You'll notice that they've already docked me for a timeout. And you're wondering, like, why the heck would I call a timeout before I even try a kickoff? But the game glitched out. Before it even showed the coin toss or anything, the screen just went black. There was still volume, but nothing was actually happening. I tried hitting every button on the controller, including the button for timeout, and apparently it registered that. But nothing else happened other than it looks like we lost the toss and have to kick off. So, I feel like we've been cheated a little bit, because for all I know, I could have won the toss and elected to kick off by accident because I was just hitting random buttons trying to make the game unfreeze. I even restarted the machine, and when it fired back up, it actually said that the game was already in progress and gave me the option to start from where we left off, and here we are. So we're going to go ahead and try and finish this one, but we're off to a rocky start in overtime already.
All right, so first drive of the overtime period. It's 2nd down and 10. Plenty of time for Baker Mayfield. He's going to hit Jarvis Landry out to the 43-yard line, and a big first down there, as that is going to set up 1st and 10 from the 43. Next play, it's going to be Austin Hooper down the middle, takes it all the way to the 36. And Cleveland already in fringe field goal range. Now 3rd and 7. They bring the blitz. They get to him. The pass is complete to Hunt. He's tackled short of the first down, but they're going to get Kenny Young for roughing. That was pretty borderline, as he did get there a little bit late, but it looked like he had a clean shot on Baker Mayfield. Next play, it is up the middle to Harris for the touchdown, and that is going to end this one. So Cleveland just roaring right down the field. The roughing the passer penalty, obviously a big one, and Denver unable to get the job done in overtime. They fall short in this one, 29-23, in a heartbreaker, losing to the Browns in front of their home squad, or in front of their home fans. Now we'll take a look at some of the stats. It is Baker Mayfield going 23 for 33, 289, 1 touchdown, and the interception on his first pass of the game before he settled down. Brent Morris was solid again, 19 of 29, very similar numbers to what he put up last week, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 interception. Again, kind of not really his fault, frankly. 19 carries, 92 yards for Javonte Williams, but no touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, fantastic job stepping in for Nick Chubb after he got hurt. Runs for 134 yards on 18 carries and a couple of touchdowns. Tariq Cohen was not that great in this one, just 18 yards on the ground. Austin Hooper, a big day, 7 catches, 90 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 7 catches, 104 and a touchdown. Deontay Harris with 68 and the game-winning touchdown. Jarvis Landry had 87 yards. And then aside from that, no real big numbers down there. Noah Fant with a touchdown catch. You see Owasu Koromoa with 15 tackles for the Browns as he continues to play very well. And Justin Simmons led the Broncos with 8 tackles on the day. 2 sacks for Jordan Elliott, 1 for Jadeveon Clowney. And then for the Broncos, it was Malik Reed, Kenny Young, Bradley Chubb, Josie Jewell, and DJ Jones all coming up with a sack. The interceptions were for Grant Delpit and Kareem Jackson, respectively, each of them having 1. And then McManus, again, 3 for 3, 2 extra points, a solid day for him. Pinheiro for the Browns, 3 for 3, also with a couple of extra points. Sam Martin, 3 punts, net of 45.5 yards for the average. And then O'Donnell with 2 punts, with a net average of 37, and the Browns win this one 29-23.
So it is a tough loss for the Broncos, but a game that ultimately we didn't even really play our best game, and we still had a chance to beat one of the best teams in football, at least on paper. A ton of playmakers for Cleveland. They made some big ones, and we just couldn't get it done in overtime. that roughing the passer was an absolute backbreaker. We had to get aggressive after that and just keep coming after Baker Mayfield. That was our best shot because we were getting pressure on him and he wasn't really handling it all that well. Then, of course, he throws a strike down the middle for the touchdown. But, you know, we're 1-1. We played 2 tough games. We end up picking up a win here. We get another upgrade here where our receptions are going to get a little bit of XP bonuses moving forward. And we're on to week 3, where who have we got now? We've got the Cardinals. We have them at home, but we have to worry about, you know, Kyler Murray running around on us in that one. I think we'll do okay. I usually tend to do pretty well against mobile quarterbacks, but you know, some of it's just going to kind of come down to how well our offense plays. We're still not really clicking with the passing game, but we're doing okay to the point where it's not killing us. We're just not finding a lot of ways to get the ball downfield. A lot of the passes are underneath. We're picking up 3 or 4 yards kind of thing, and it's just not enough to really, you know, get this offense moving downfield in big chunks. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friend and neighbor. Or shall I say this afternoon?